Welcome back to the Valentine Show, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day today. Let's get right into it right away. We're going to talk about the fake news media. I mean, sometimes I don't like using these buzzword terms, but I mean, this is just what it describes it accurately. We're going to get into CNN. We're going to get into the beef that CNN is starting to start in between Fauci and Donald Trump, a non-existent beef. But yet, look what it says here, how this reads. An article from, are you going to let me see? Are you going to let these people read website CNN? Is an article. Oh, man, look at this. Okay, here we go. An article from today, Monday, April 13th. And it reads like this. Trump retweets call to fire Fauci amid coronavirus criticism, which is not true. They're trying to say now that Dr. Fauci is saying that we should have had done a earlier response, which is contradicting his own words. And I'm gonna show you a video of him January 20 something, I think, in Newsmax, where he actually says that it's not even a threat to the United States, and he's the expert. But let's see what the video that they're flaunting around at CNN. Let me see if CNN allows me to put it. Here we go. They're flaunting around in CNN saying that Fauci is saying that we should have started earlier, meaning they're doing Monday morning quarterback. Anybody, and not even anybody, to be honest, could say the day after the event happens, we should have done this better. Of course, you already know what went wrong. Anybody could just come on and say, hey, we should have done this better. But let's see what Fauci says.
Gupta said this is all because we got started too late in the U.S. Is that right? Do you agree?
You know, it isn't as simple as that, Jake. I'm sorry. I mean, to just say this is all happening because we got started too late. Obviously, if you look, could you have done something a little bit earlier? Would have had an impact, obviously. But where we are right now is the result of a number of factors. The size of the country, the heterogeneity of the country. I think it's a little bit unfair to compare us to South Korea, where they had an outbreak in Daegu and they had the capability of immediately, essentially, shutting it off completely in a way that we may not have been able to do in this country. So obviously, I would have been nice if we had a better head start, but I don't think you could say that we are where we are right now because of one factor. It's very complicated, Jake.
All right, let me find this clip. See if I find the other clip where he says that in an ongoing event, if you look back in the past, you could have said, oh, if we would have done a week earlier, 2 weeks earlier, hey, it would have had a different. But nobody knows how to react to a situation when it's the first time they're going through it.
If social distancing, physical distancing, stay-at-home measures had started third week of February instead of mid-March?
You know, Jake, again, it's the what would have, what could have. It's very difficult to go back and say that. I mean, obviously, you could logically say that if you had a process that was ongoing and you started mitigation earlier, you could have saved lives. Obviously, no one is going to deny that. But
that's the little clip that they're probably gonna parade throughout the whole leftist media situation, because that's what they want. They want to propagate. And I hope you guys are out there seeing, you know, the importance of getting good information, and where is this left-wing media and what is their agenda? They're literally, it's almost as if they're hoping and they just want to start trouble when there is a national problem. Instead of, I mean, he's your president too, all these people, but I guess they just, is that Trump, again, another buzzword that is just Trump derangement syndrome. It's just constant. It's just me during those whole pandemics that I even stopped, uploading so much political stuff on especially like on my Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah, these people, they are constantly, when I mean constantly uploading hateful Trump thing. I'm like, damn, can we not upload so much craziness? It's like, they're thinking about this man 24/7. Now, this is Fauci, January 21st. This is what he said. This is on Newsmax.
Bottom line, we don't have to worry about this one, right?
Well, obviously you need to take it seriously and do the kinds of things that the CDC and the Department of Homeland Security are doing. But this is not a major threat for the people in the United States, and this is not something that the citizens of the United States right now should be worried about.
January 21st, this is not something that the United States citizens should be worried about yet. We should have done something in the past because we know better. None of them know better. None of them. out of the first country, there were 3 countries that started locking down or around the time that Trump announced. Trump announced January 31st that there's the travel from China is going to be stopped, and it will go into effect February 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. January 22nd, North Korea, which they're right next to them, they stopped travel from China. They were the first ones, North Korea. And then also on January 31st, Italy also announced, and they stopped it right away, if I'm not mistaken also. They stopped it right away. That way they don't get affected. They were getting affected harder than us at the time. People were still wondering how we are going to react to the situation, again, because nobody knows. But because we have hateful people in the media, they are going to now say, if we would have done it 1 week earlier, we would have saved more life. If we would have done it 2 weeks, of course. That's like saying, hey, if Tom Brady would have hit this other person that is not covered, he would have scored a touchdown. Yeah, but Tom Brady wasn't looking at that side because the play was going somewhere else. I mean, Monday morning quarterbacking at its finest. And I hope you guys are seeing it, that the hate does not stop even throughout a pandemic. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Remember to share the content, remember to like, remember to comment and dislike also if you want. You know why? Because this is America. You have the free will, God-given free will, to do and say as you like, as long as it's not hurting other human beings. But if you are a snowflake, another one of those buzzwords, you are just saying everything that disagree with your mindset is hate speech. God bless. Godspeed me, Valentine.